I gave ChatGPT a list of all my Pokemon between 2000 and 2500 CP and asked him to make me the worst possible team for the Ultra League. The team he gave me was Aggron, Ranunculus, and Heliolisk. I have no idea if I'm saying Ranunculus right. And so, without further ado, we're going to go to the Go Battle League and see if I can get at least one win with AI's worst possible team. So as we go into our battle here, I have to go away from my normal team that you saw there, and we'll go here with this new team. So as we wait to enter battle, looks like this guy's pretty decked out, which is not always a good sign because it means he probably plays the game a lot. But we got a really good start there against Machamp, and so I was pretty hopeful because Ranunculus is super effective against him. And then Aggron seems to be doing pretty well here against Gardevoir. And so I was actually feeling like I might have a chance. I was worried Aggron would be honestly really trash just because he's so bulky, but he's actually seemed to do pretty well here starting out. And we start off with a pretty good lead. We're even on shields, and then I'm about to take his last shield here, and he's down a Pokemon. So I'm up on shields. We're about even on Pokemon now, and Ranunculus does have the type advantage against Machamp. So I'm feeling pretty good. But then he switches out, and unfortunately here, I find Ranunculus charges so slow. That comes to be kind of the biggest problem here as we go forward, that it just takes him forever to charge up a move. And I really wanted to use Ranunculus against Machamp, so I made the mistake of switching into Heliolisk, which probably wasn't the best move, as Excadrill does have a type advantage on him. I was hoping it would work because Heliolisk's move, Breaking Swipe, charges really, really fast, which is nice, but it doesn't do a ton of damage. Heliolisk actually did surprisingly well against Excadrill though, but then I switch in and he does have the charge move, and I do end up losing the first battle, which is unfortunate, but it's not over yet. Our goal here is really just to see if we can win one battle with the worst possible team that AI could come up with. So we get in here going into the next battle here, and he starts with a Chestnut, which again really isn't that bad of a start for me. I do have the type advantage on him again, and then he switches into Muck here, but then I'm able to go into Aggron, which is a pretty good setup for me because he resists poison, and so that move did like no damage there. But then I make a bit of a mistake here, and I assume he's doing Acid Spray again, and he goes for the Dark Pulse, which pretty much annihilates Aggron, so I definitely should have shielded there, so I felt pretty silly. And then I make my second mistake of the round here, where I think he's going for another Dark Pulse, but he actually does Acid Spray, and so I could have tanked that just fine. So I used my shields very poorly here. Otherwise, I might have had a chance to do a little bit better here. But I'm still not sure. Ranunculus, I try to use him against Chestnut, but I found out, I think out of the 3 Pokemon that AI chose for me, Ranunculus is by far the worst. He just charges so slowly, and he does not do a whole lot of damage. I've even had the luck of having the type advantage against the first 2 Pokemon in each of these, and he still kind of just gets demolished. So I'm left with my last Pokemon here, Heliolisk, and we're going against Chestnut. And he's doing pretty well, but the odds are not in my favor with this battle. So we go through, but I am going to end up losing this one as well. And so we're going into our third battle here. We still got a chance. We're close on the first one, not as close on the second one. But our start here is not super great. Torterra's kind of annihilating Ranunculus, and I choose to just kind of go off with my one charge attack here, but unfortunately he's able to charge up quite a bit. Now I decide that I'm going to go into Heliolisk and see if I can just get some of his shields down before going into Aggron, because I found that Aggron is the one who kind of lasts the longest and does the best. I decided to go for a shield here. Not sure if he's baiting me with a weak charge attack, but luckily he goes for Stone Edge, which takes a lot of energy. So I know he doesn't have too much charged up right now, and I am able to get his last shield, so I'm feeling pretty good. I figure that he's going for another Stone Edge here, and I just let him take me out to waste his energy and hope that maybe Aggron can just sweep the rest of his team. So I do pretty well there, and he goes into Gyarados, which I'm pretty excited about because he doesn't have any shields, and I can use Meteor Beam, which should take him out. And so I take him out there, but then unfortunately he goes into Machamp, which has the 2-time effectiveness against Aggron, and so I kind of get demolished there. And we go into battle number 4 now. So we got 2 more chances to win. Hopefully we can make something happen here. Luckily, Pyroar isn't very good either. I don't think it's ranked very high in the Ultra League, so I was hopeful here, but he does charge up a lot faster, and that really is just the bane of Ranunculus. He cannot charge fast. So that was a good choice on AI's part here. I decided to go for the risky move and throw in Aggron. Even though he is weak to Pyroar, he was able to take him out really quickly. But then he goes into a Snorlax, which I'm pretty worried about because Snorlax is very, very tanky. And so I'm not sure what we can do there. I decided to go into Heliolisk, see if we can get maybe a stat debuff here with Breaking Swipe. But then he switches into Togekiss, which actually isn't that bad for me because I do have the type advantage there with my quick move. And so we're able to kind of lower Togekiss there pretty quickly. I'm thinking maybe we have a chance here. I'm just really worried about that Snorlax. The only problem, though, is that he hasn't used any shields whatsoever. And so Togekiss isn't going to do much to me. I'm able to take him out. But I'm going in against Snorlax, and he has 2 shields. And so I'm pretty worried there. And unfortunately, as you can see here, it's not going very well for me. And Snorlax takes me down pretty quickly. And so there goes that. So we lose that battle, and we're going to go into our final battle here. And we'll slow things down a little bit to see if we can finally win one battle with AI's worst team. Is it possible? We're about to find out. So we go in, we're going normal speed here, no speed up. So it might look a little bit slower, but I figured we'd want to see the whole battle here. And wow, it does look really slow when you don't have a 2x speed. So maybe I won't do that in the future, but I was curious about that. And by the way, if you're still watching, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a like if you're enjoying it. If you like this kind of thing, watching different challenges in PvP. I know sometimes people complain that Pokemon Go has gotten a little bit boring. And this, for me, is at least one of the ways that I still have fun with it. And so hopefully this will inspire you guys to go out and try different challenges for yourself in Pokemon Go. I find it's the best way to have fun. Sometimes if you're just playing, you get into the grind of things. But when you come up with unique challenges like, hey, can I win in the Go Battle League if I have AI pick the worst possible team for me? Sometimes I find that that's a little bit more fun for me. Comment down below if you have any fun ideas of different challenges that you could do in Pokemon Go to try to make the game more fun. But as we're going here, as you can see, things aren't going super great, but we do have the type advantage here against Poliwrath, so I'm hoping we can maybe get some catch-up work in here. Shield-wise, we aren't too far behind, and I do charge much faster than Poliwrath, which is nice. That is the one pro about Heliolisk. He's kind of weak, but his charge move is very, very quickly charged, which is really nice. And so we're able to get Poliwrath a little bit lower here, which is nice because he would have annihilated Aggron. And so we come in here with, oh, Aggron is already dead. My bad. I was looking away there for a minute. But Ranunculus is the only one left, which is not a good sign because he, as much as I think he actually looks really cool, he really kind of stinks. And so we go against Charizard here, and our chances are not looking good. It's 0 shields to 2. I'm able to get off his Shadow Ball, but he's probably just going to shield that because he's got 2 left, and he also has another Pokemon in the back. So, unfortunately, as you can see, Charizard here is going to let off a Blast Burn, and we are going to end up losing this final battle. So, unfortunately, I have found that, at least in my case, I cannot win in the Go Battle League using AI's worst possible team. Let me know down in the comment section below. Maybe try it out yourself with your team and see if you can win, and let me know if you do. And if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. And if you like my videos and you want to support me more, check out that join button down below. It'll help me out a ton, and there's some awesome perks there for you. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.